And so on Build Right this morning, we are taking you to Apapa district just to reflect a bit on the roles that district officers play in improving things for people within that particular locality. And joining me in the studios, I have Town Planner Abayomi Akinsonya, who is Assistant Director, Town Planning Services with the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. He is also the head of Apapa district. It's nice to have you in the building. Town Planner Akinsonya, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Is this your first time of being here?
No, it's actually the third time.
It's the third time. Wow. So you were with the Apapa that we featured last time.
Exactly,
And before
sir.
then, which district were you?
Ajiromi fellow.
Ajiromi. So you've been transvancing from one district to the other.
Exactly, sir.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's good. We're expecting Engineer Isiaka Oloko Babatunde of last LAPCA. We hope he can join the program before we run things up. But let's kick off with you. Apapa, I was having a conversation with my colleagues earlier on, and we're having some fun memories of Apapa as a town, and of course, the serene city that it used to be. Talk to me. How is Apapa as I speak right now in terms of physical planning and urban development?
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Apapa, like you have said, it used to be a serene environment in those days, but not anymore today. Reason is because there has been some economic activities that has taken place over time.
Okay.
And then over time too, that has, in a way,
Impacted
negatively
on the physical and urban space.
Exactly.
Right.
To the extent that some settlers there are moving out.
Wow. So they've left all their property, relocated to some other places.
Exactly.
But how would you describe Apapa? Is it a built-up area or is it just developing?
It's a built-up area.
It's already built up.
Exactly.
Because I know way back in the days, that was where the expatriates would love to live. So we already have built-up places. So you don't have settlements in Apapa that are just growing or just being built?
No.
So what you have is much more of redevelopment.
Exactly. Redevelopment,
Renovation.
renovation.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what you have.
Exactly.
All right. So in recent time, we've had Apapa taken over by trailers, trucks, articulated vehicles. Is that still the case, or
Exactly, sir.
it's still the same?
It's still the same thing. Though it has come down a bit with the advent of this new Dangote
Okay. Refinery.
Exactly. So it has shifted part or some of these
Trucks.
containerized vehicles to that side. But all the same, the containerized activities of these people are still
They're still very much there.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Apapa. So for those who are listening to us this morning, they're wondering, where is Apapa? What kind of an area is Apapa in Lagos? Can you describe Apapa for us?
Yes, Apapa is more or less like an island.
Okay.
Apapa is bounded by Ajiromi, Ifelodin on one side,
Okay.
by Sulere on the other side.
Okay.
Then we have this major road that crisscross Apapa.
Okay.
This Lagos.
Apapa Oshodi Expressway.
Exactly, it's Apapa Oshodi Expressway.
All right. So can we say Mile 2 is also a boundary to Apapa?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a boundary.
It's also a boundary as well.
But Mile 2 falls within Ajiromi and Amuwo.
Okay. All right. So is Apapa a big place? Is it a big town?
Relatively, yes.
Okay.
Relatively, yes.
It's big.
Because we have GRA in it too.
Okay.
And we have some other places.
Right. So in terms of the buildings, you said most of them are already developed. And that means in terms of the planning permits, how would you describe it? Do they all have planning permits in Apapa? All the buildings that you have there?
Not all the buildings have a permit. Not. Though some claims to have a planning permit when during the inception of the development of that area, but can no longer find a permit today. So those ones are the ones that we encourage most to come and get planning permits for their structures now. But for those that has no planning permit before, of course, we encourage them to come along and get their planning permit. But not all of them that has.
All right.
Because we still go around, we still find out that some don't have.
So when people lose their planning permits, because like when you say some do not have, that means they did not get a planning permit before they even constructed. Is that the case?
Yes, some.
Okay.
But some, they obtained planning permit, but somehow they've misplaced it.
Oh, okay. They misplaced it.
So it's not readily available now.
Right. And you guys can, if anybody misplaces his planning permit, you can help them
Sure.
get it back?
Sure. What such a person will do is to write a letter to General Manager, LASPA, Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, stating the details of his approval that he no longer can find, and then requesting that the office gives him a letter that will cover him for the lost approval.
Okay.
So when he does that and is given that letter, with that he can go to district office and with his drawing to get a permit. That one will now be a resubmission.
Okay. And then they'll be able to get him a planning permit, right?
Exactly, sir.
Talk to our listeners this morning of what use is a planning permit. Why should somebody get a planning permit before he embarks on construction of his building?
Thank you, sir. Planning permit is all about regulating development in space.
Okay.
Because if such developments are not regularized, it will come to a stage where there will be anarchy. So it has to be regularized to the extent that if you must build, you come to the planning office, they will tell you what you want to build there, if it is allowed. Because we have different zoning for lands. We have commercial, we have residential, we have institutional, and we have agricultural, recreational, all sorts. So whatever your development is, except you come to the planning office and you advise, you can't just move to site and build whatever you want.
All right. Let's talk about you as a district officer. What roles do district officers play in the development of the built environment?
Yeah, thank you, sir. One, majorly, is to grant planning permit to all sort of development that developer might want to put up there.
So be it a residential property, be it a commercial property, it must get a planning permit.
Exactly, sir.
Okay.
Then two, of course, we go around to do monitoring to see that those that are giving permit, they follow that permit to the letter.
Right. And you do that from your colleagues, the LAPCA?
Yes. But majorly what the LAPCA does is to, enforce the planning permit that has been given by LASPA.
Okay. But do you guys go, from LASPA, do you go out to monitor?
Sure, we do.
You do that as well?
Sure, we do.
I thought monitoring was just for LAPCA.
Monitoring is for the two of us.
Okay. Both of you do monitoring.
Monitoring, yes, sir.
Let's talk about your direct functions now in Apapa. As a district officer there, what are your direct responsibilities? What are the things that you can do? What can you grant? What powers do you have to grant authorization? What do you have?
Well, there are levels of approval. For a district officer, I'm only allowed to approve a 2-floor building. That is a ground and first building. And that is residential, strictly.
Okay, just strictly.
Yes.
You cannot give approval for commercial entities.
No.
If I want to build a mall in Apapa, for instance, you cannot give me that permission.
I cannot give you directly, but of course I'll still give you, in the sense that when you bring your submission, I'll collect from you, I'll process it, put up a memo on it to the general manager.
Okay.
Once assent has been given, of course, you come back, I will sign your approval for you.
All right. So for those who convert their properties, because I know that is very, very high right now in Lagos, most of the areas you go to, people are either converting their residential buildings to a commercial entity. They want to build one hotel, a guest house, or perhaps a mini shop and all of that. How is that done? I mean, if I already have a residential property, it's a 3-bedroom bungalow, so to say, and now I want to convert it to, let's say, a mini restaurant or maybe a supermarket, as the case may be. How is that done? Do I have to come to you?
Yes, sir, you come. But change your views as we speak today is no longer in operation.
What do you call it? Change
your views.
What does that mean?
If you want to change your use from a particular use to another, from residential now to commercial,
it's no longer in operation.
It's no longer in operation.
But we see that on a regular basis.
Yes, some people still do. But when they are caught in the process, of course, we ask them to come and regularize it. So it means that they must meet all the standards that such use
It's meant for.
is meant for. Exactly.
So I cannot just change my property to a commercial property.
No, because what you want to change to may not be acceptable in that corridor. Because
So-
if you are going on commercial development, of course, you need some things to be put in place, most especially parking, so that at the end of the day, you don't end up putting up your vehicles on the road. We don't encourage on-street parking.
Okay. But we've seen that everywhere these days, properties springing up. Formerly, they were residential properties, and all of a sudden, it has now turned to probably like a little mall or perhaps a kind of commercial facility. So, what are you guys doing about that? Do you monitor them? Do you ensure that they are served with the right paper to say, look, you cannot actualize this?
Sure, we do. That's why I said the other time that we go on monitoring. And people, they try to develop according to the trend of things. When they see that the value of their property has been enhanced, of course, they want to tend towards that commercial nature. But in doing that too, yes, you must come to the planning office and get...
Yes, and you get the right thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so for those who want to apply for a planning permit in Apapa, how long would it take?
Ideally, if you are submitting with all the necessary documents from the onset, approval will come out in the next 10 working days, technically.
10 working days?
Yes.
So what will make it not come out in 10 days?
Yes, like I said, if you register with all the necessary documents, take for example, your title document, some application comes with a MDA's clearance.
Okay, MD's clearance.
Yes, there are some you go to Lagos State Urban Renewal Agency to go and collect. There are some you go to Ministry of Environment to collect. So if those MDA clearance are not there at the onset, of course, it will affect it.
Okay. Describe the kind of buildings that we have in Apapa, because Apapa has been in existence for such a long time. The city that came in contact with, foreigners through the ports and all of that. So the buildings there, they must be very old, I suspect.
Yes, some are old, some are blighted, but that is not to say that they are not structurally fit. It's just a matter of painting.
Okay.
So we have commercial, we have warehouses, we have factories, and we equally have residentials, especially in the Apapa GRA. We have residentials there. Though part of the GRA too has been upgraded to mixed-use development, where you can either have residential or have commercial.
Okay.
So we have institutions too, like the Seaport, the Tinkan Island. So we have institutions too.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Build Right is the program. And of course, this morning we are connecting with the Apapa end of town. And of course, we're talking of how you can build right within Apapa town. And we're examining the roles of district officers in the built environment. And I have Town Planner Abayomi Akinsoya here. He's Assistant Director Town Planning Services with Apapa District. with LASPA, and he's also the head of the Apapa District. All right, very, very shortly, I'll allow you to also join the conversation. But getting back to the roads, how many types of approvals do you grant in Apapa? What are the different types of approvals?
We have many of it. We have a planning permit, the one we normally refer to as the residential planning permit. We have a renovation permit. We have a fencing permit.
Right.
We have restamping.
Right.
Different planning permit like that.
Okay, restamping, you call it?
Yes, restamping.
What does that mean?
Like the person that has lost his approval.
Oh.
When he wants to make a resubmission, it has to be restamping.
Okay.
So once it gets details from the letter that he has written to the general manager initially, of course, with that detail, you will now prepare another drawing. Then it will now be titled restamping. So the old approval that he has gotten will still reflect on this new one.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Those of you making use of the Lagos Abeokuta Expressway corridor still looking pretty good. If you're coming in from Dokpemo and connecting with cement, it's good. And approaching Ilezik, not bad at all. But from Ilezik down to Ikeja Long and National, things begin to slow down a bit. From the Apapa Ajegunle corridor, there's a breakdown of the 40-feet container laden truck with a mechanical problem. That's at Marine Bridge, just by Total, inwards Igomu and Ijora Olokpa. I understand a tow van has been contacted and efforts on to get it up. Not really having much impact on the traffic as we speak right now. All right, so the major construction corridor heading towards the Third Milan Bridge, that's Ifakogudu. It's a slow and steady kind of movement this morning, and I hear the backlog is somewhere around Chinatown. All right, so if you're coming in from the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you might have made it slow there, approaching Chinatown, but beyond the construction corridor heading towards Yanowuru and the Third Milan Bridge proper, things are still looking good. Inner part of Ikorodu as well is receiving with a good vehicular flow, and right here in Ikeja, things are still looking very, very cool. Okpebi Allen, better movement as well along Awolowo Way inwards Ikeja underneath the bridge, and the return journey back to Allen intersection is looking good too this morning. Allen intersection inwards radio good, while the return journey back to Allen, it's a moving traffic being experienced there. Aromire stretch also looking pretty good, while outwards Allen intersection is a crawling one due to traffic signal light regulating at Allen. All right, so I know that there's a whole lot, but we're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we would expand the discourse to have your input as well. If you want to ask any question within the Apapa corridor, as it relates to building rights and the best practices in the build space, feel free to connect with us. And that's on 091 5387 7127. A brief break, we'll be back.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Plan and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is the program. And of course, we're back on the block. Quickly taking you back to the roads. The update from the control room at this time says there's flash flood on the stretch of Inner Marina. And that's from UBA roundabout down to Cathedral intersection. Yes, so flash floods there. The rains must have been pouring earlier on, and officers on ground are doing the needful as we speak right now. So take note of that. Those of you within that corridor, that's what you will find as you move along. Ekpe Corridor 2, unhindered vehicular movement is what you're experiencing all through the length and breadth of that corridor. Things are still looking relatively cool and calm. All right, then, so let's get back to the program. And of course, we are, connecting with the district officers from Apapa, and I've been speaking with Town Planner Bayomi Akinsoya, who's Assistant Director Town Planning Services with LASPA, and also the Apapa District Officer. But we are being joined right now by Engineer Isiaka Oloko Babatunde, who is the Chief Engineer. Is the Chief Engineering Officer with LAPSCA, that's Lagos State Building Control Agency, and he's also the head of Apapa District. All right, Engineer Isiaka, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right, you're catching up a little bit late,
yeah,
but it's nice to have you, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, so how would you describe the built environment in Apapa from the perspective of LASPA, of LAPCA rather?
Yeah, I should see it as a built-up area.
Already?
Yeah, already.
Okay.
Because majority of the work that go on there are modification of buildings, renovations,
Remodeling.
remodeling.
So
exactly.
out of 10, would you say, if you had to give a percentage, in terms of build versus unbuild or versus developing?
Okay.
You score it as what?
I'll score it as, let's say, 95%.
95%.
Yeah.
Wow. So
It's
virtually
very good
everywhere
job, yeah. Yes,
has
exactly.
been taken over in terms of being built.
Yes, sir.
And for what you see, do they have the papers? Do they have planning permits?
Yeah, relatively. Some part of Apapa has the planning permits, because if we talk about places like Ijora, Ijora is a place zone, and in that area, they don't have what we call
Planning permits?
no, it's not planning permits. They don't have CFO. You can't get a CFO there. They lease their land there.
Oh,
They don't
okay.
sell their land completely outrightly there.
Wow.
So once you are not the rightful owner of a land, there's no way you can say you want to obtain any approval on it.
So that's a problem.
That's a problem
Wow.
at that area.
All right, Tampana Akinsanya, that's often a challenge, right? When people come around, what do they normally tell you? That because I don't have this, then it's very difficult for me to go ahead and process my planning permit. Is that the way it is?
Well, some people will come and tell you that, but we have tried in a way to circumvent that, work around it. If you don't have a lease on the land, or a genuine title on it, but at least you have your deed of agreement that you've done with somebody who has given you the right to occupy that space. So you can come with that deed and you do a stamp duty on it. Okay. So with that, we give you a provisional approval till when you now come up with a valid title, registered title, then you now get your full approval.
All right. Okay, then. So if you want to join the conversation, feel free to connect with us at 08099120777 and 09153877127. The control room is making me understand that the rain has stopped within the inner part of Marina, so it's just flash floods that they are dealing with within that particular corridor. All right. Feel free to call us on 09153877127. Let's get to you, Engineer Isiaka. So what are the kind of approvals or is it authorization that you can give from LAPCA under Apapa district?
Yeah, there are several authorizations that LAPA grants. Most especially, the first one is once you have obtained your development permit, we give you authorization before you go back to site to start building. You have to come to LAPCA to apply for what do you call it? Authorization to commence construction.
Oh, they have to come to you.
Yeah.
Once you get the planning permit, the next thing is to come to LAPCA.
Yeah, to obtain authorization to commence construction.
So what happens if I do not do that? I mean, I'm in a hurry. I just want to build. I want to start my building.
No, it is not advisable, because the way the government look at it is like, if you actually want to embark on a project, you need the right qualified professionals there. It is LAPCA that will put you through that. Okay, in your project, you need a registered engineer, a builder, an architect. In most cases.
What if I have all of that by myself? I mean, I can do that by myself.
Yeah, if you have that all by yourself, how do you ensure that all those people are doing it right? They said two heads are better than one.
Right.
Yeah. So, but while you are making use of your own professionals, we are still coming for state certification.
Okay.
To actually go. I mean, after obtaining the authorization to commence construction,
right?
It is the state certification that follows.
Okay. All right. Some messages are coming in here for you guys. By the way, you can give us a call 09153 877127 09153877127. This one says, "Good morning, Traffic Radio. Who should I call if I notice a new building going up in my neighborhood that looks unsafe? Thanks." You didn't put your name, but thank you so much. So, who can someone call if you have that kind of scenario?
Yeah, I guess the best authority to call is Lagos State Building Control Agency. Because everything about building control is the care of that.
Lagos State Building Control
Agency, yes.
All right.
So it is like see something, say something. Yes.
Okay.
So when you call them, it is we that know to actually know if that building has been granted approval to commence whatever construction is going on that site.
All right. This one says, "Good morning, Victor. Please ask the guests that how do they make sure developers actually follow the approved building plans?" Abe is sending this one in. Well, I've forgotten to even ask, do you have developers now in Apapa? Tamplan Akinsanya?
Yes, we have some developers there.
Okay. So how do you guys ensure that they are building according to approved plans?
Well, once they have their planning permit, of course, they proceed to LAPCA. So LAPCA invariably will ensure that they follow the approval to the letter. But that's not to say that we too don't go on monitoring. Of course, we will check what they do intermittently. So where we see that they don't follow it strictly, of course, we must ask them to regularize what they have done.
Okay. And how long does it take to regularize to do that?
It's like you're getting your approval afresh.
Oh, so you're going to start all over again?
Exactly, sir.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
it means that on your own evaluation, you have nullified the approval that you have.
And am I going to pay any penalty?
You are starting all over. So you pay penalty for it.
I'll pay penalty as well.
Sure.
Wow. All right. So, Abe, I hope that answers your question. But Engineer Isaka said earlier, if you see something in your neighborhood that is unsafe, you can feel free to report that as well. All right, then 08099120777. Another one here says, "Hello, Traffic Radio. Are district officers the same as local government officials, or is it something different?" You didn't put your name, but thank you so much. I needed to clarify this one for us, both of you. Are they the same?
No.
They're not.
District officers in this balance refers to those representatives of town planning office that coordinate planning activities in that area. While the local government is having to do with other things entirely different from town planning.
So it's either you are from LAPCA or you are from LASPA, right?
Exactly, sir.
Okay. This one says, "Hello, Victor. With all the trucks in Apapa, how did they plan town structures so that we don't keep having traffic? We don't have traffic and flooding issues." Shehu Ibrahim is sent that word in. All right. So with all those kind of traffic, how are you guys able to plan and still meet up with all these kind of structures? Let me come to you, Engineer Isaka.
Well, I believe that person that must have made that statement must have been a statement in the past, because presently now Apapa has been a change area. I think the state government has made very much effort to make sure that all those traffics are controlled, most especially those articulated vehicles.
Okay.
Because if you go there now, somebody like me, I drive to Apapa every day from my office. There's no traffic there whatsoever.
Okay.
Even if there's going to be all this articulated vehicle on the road, they will be on one particular line. So
they are well streamlined.
Exactly. So we don't have issues of traffic anymore.
Okay, then another message here popping in. This one says, "Good morning, Traffic Radio. Will both agencies be there from point of construction of a building from beginning to the end?" Sheung from Ikeja is sending this one in. Sheung, thank you so much for your questions. So, are you guys going to be there from beginning to end?
Yes, that is what we call stage certification. From the beginning, from the preliminary stage to the finishing stage.
Please, I need you to elucidate that for us, Engineer Shaka, because when you say LAPCA is needed, is it to say when I put up one coach, I have to call LAPCA? I put up another coach, I call LAPCA?
No, literally it's not like that. What happened is that why we said stage certification is that at every critical stage, like from the foundation, the initial stage.
When I want to do foundation, I have to inform you.
Yeah, you have to inform us, because we need to know if you are actually in conformity with the approval granted. Because a lot of people will be given.
Okay, what are the various stages? Because people just want to build now. Today, sometimes you might just see a building is on, and within 1 or 2 weeks, you see the building is fully completed. Maybe the person has the money, he has contracted it out, the contractor is working and all of that. So, what are the various stages?
Yeah, the stages is the foundation stage. For the first stage is the preliminary stage.
Okay.
Then the foundation stage, where you have your DPC. Where at every subsequent stages to like the levels, the first floor level, the second floor level, the third floor level, depending on where how high the building is going. Yes, and the roofing stage. That's then the finishing stage is the last stage. But at those there are some critical stage that the frame structure that holds and that the ones that hold the building, we need to be there to supervise to actually know if those reinforcements and the engineering aspect of it is properly done, sir.
Okay. So for a new building, is it possible for a new building that is being built to collapse?
Very well, sir.
It's possible?
Yes, if it's not properly supervised. And with issues of when you have substandard materials and maybe miscalculation of some quacks.
Right.
When you introduce quacks to make and to construct for you, to build for you, we have similar cases.
But are there signs that will show that this building is not properly constructed?
Yeah, there are some signs you see on buildings that are not properly
From
constructed.
the eyes of engineers
yes,
like
some
you.
physical, yeah. So
What are things that
some
will
physical
show?
are like you see honeycombs when your concrete are being casted. You see honeycomb whenever the formwork are being removed. You see honeycombs. From the surface, you see the surface of the
Building.
The building. You see dampness there.
Damp is damp.
Yes, it's
Wow.
damp. It means without even using the building, you started experiencing leakages
Wow. Already.
Then again, when you see the quality of the material, some reinforcement steel, you will definitely know when you are supposed to use a particular size of reinforcement steel, and you use a substandard one or a smaller size.
Right.
So take for example, you are supposed to use 16 mm for columns. You are using 12 mm for columns.
Wow.
Definitely, you know
show.
that building will not stand the test of time.
All right, we have to round this off right now because some other day we'll look at how to bring a conversation around that. So where are your offices located? In Apapa. Town Planner Akinsanya, where is the office in Apapa?
The town planning office is located at number 37, Burma Road,
Oh, Poma Road.
within the local government premises.
All right. And what about engineering?
Yeah, same premises, sir.
Oh, both of you use the same.
Yes, sir.
All right. As we round off, what's your message to the people for them to build right? Town Planner Akinsanya.
Well, to the general public, especially people at Apapa developers, please ensure that you have your planning permit before you move to site. And if you want to do anything, reconstruction, remodeling, renovation, please ensure you get your planning permit before you move to site.
All right. And engineering Saka, what's the pattern?
Yeah, my own is whatever developer intends to have his building done, you need to have a registered engineer on site.
Okay.
Registered qualified engineer on site, professionals rather.
All right.
Because you need the builder, the architect, the engineer on site.
All right. All of
to
them.
give you proper construction.
Okay, then. We'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having both of you in the studios. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
All right. So we've been able to look at the roles of district officers in advancing the cause of the built environment. Town Planner Abayomi Akinsanya, who's Assistant Director of Town Planning Services with LASPA, Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and also Apapa District Officer. And also in the building this morning, we've had Engineer Isiaka Oloko Babatunde, Chief Engineering Officer with LAPCA, Lagos State Building Control Agency, and the head of Apapa District. Maximum shout out going out to Dayo Anthony, who has produced the program this morning. Akinsanya Adetola is, of course, the Chief Public Affairs Officer for the Ministry, Physical Planning and Urban Development. Maximum shout out going out to Mukala Sanusi, who's the director of that department. We have to go. I say a big thank you to Remy Aluko and Daniel Downsi of our social media unit. Our executive producer is Taya Conley. My name is Victor Alteri. Have a great day. Bye.